There are about 129 special schools in Gauteng. Over 50,000 learners were enrolled at various special schools during the 2023-2024 financial year. Specialized learning skills are essential to cater for special needs learners. This 39-year-old mother of two hopes to see her autistic son acquiring such skills. She's frustrated that her 7-year-old non-verbal son is sitting at home without any access to schooling. After being told that there was no space for her son, she believes going the legal route could be the best possible action.
Been struggling from January right until December to place him, to actually get him in to get the interview at the school, to place him into the school. But they refused. They actually want me to bring another document. They want me to go through an educational psychologist. When I gave them all the psychologists, neurologists and everything, and the previous reports from the special needs school for him to be placed. It upsets me and frustrates me because my son is 7 years old and he needs to go to school. He hasn't been in school. I'd like to tell the department on behalf of myself, on behalf of all parents, that it's unfair that they neglect the special needs kids. They're also human.
This 35-year-old mother of two is still waiting for feedback on a medical assessment done on her son with cerebral palsy in March last year. She has knocked on several doors in a quest to secure a space at a school for her son.
March we went for an assessment, and then we were told that we were going to get placed by the end of 2024 or early 2025. So since then we never got any response from the department. It hurts because he can learn. And even when I went to the Department of Education and I was speaking to them and telling them I want placement for my son at Francis Voorweg. So then the one lady there also was like, oh, how do you know that your child can learn? They should at least have an option for us where we can go to the schools ourselves and register our children.
Although Gauteng has the highest funding for special needs schools, experts believe this funding is not enough as there's a growing demand for special needs education. The Public Interest Law Center, Equal Education, have been monitoring processes of learner placements in the province and has emphasized the need for government to prioritize special needs learners.
I think our biggest concerns as the Equal Education Law Center is the lack of prioritization of learners with disabilities. Over the years, we've seen the normalization of waiting lists, and sometimes we really do question the constitutionality of that, because the waiting lists mean that learners sitting at home without any access to education and no alternative way of accessing education while waiting at home, which therefore violates their constitutional right to a basic education.
When it comes to special school and special needs learners, we as the NCPD, National Council Often for Persons with Disabilities, plead with the government that there needs to be a consideration in terms of budget. Because one, someone with a disability cannot only learn alone. He or she needs assistive devices to assist that particular person to do well, to perform at their level best independently. So in terms of the budget, we also have a concern there because these assistive devices are not quite cheap. They are quite expensive. So there has to be assistive devices and consideration.
The department says an intense process must be followed before special needs learners can be placed at various schools. It further disclosed that the backlog of learners of education special needs has become a thing of the past.
We've killed the backlog. We don't have any backlog on learners with the educational special needs. Yes, don't have backlog there. The cases that you have presented, some of them, they have not reached us. They're at the level of hospitals. Now, as a parent, you can't leave it at that. A parent must, at a certain extent, interact with the district office. That's where they will be then submitting the entire file with all documentation. One case that you have mentioned in your inquiry, the parents identified a school that they want in Tshwane, Pretoria. We didn't have enough classes at that school. We then approved the school to build own classrooms. The process of building the classes is almost complete. Those children that are in the list of that school, they will be going to school before the end of this year.
The Provincial Education Department insists it is prioritizing learners with educational special needs and that more money is being allocated for this. Parents who are struggling to secure placement have been advised to contact the department's call center on 0800 000 789. Refile Mekwa, SABC News, Johannesburg.